Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some of the things that you should never do as a first-time traveler traveling out of Nigeria, and specifically traveling out of Lagos International Airport. Being a first-time traveler can be very daunting, especially traveling out of Lagos Airport because of maybe the things you've heard on the media, and you might have a lot of anxiety with regard to, oh my gosh, as in, how am I going to survive? Trust me, you will survive. Many of the tips I'm going to be sharing has allowed me to have a stress-free experience traveling through this airport, and I hope it does the same for you. If it's your first time here, my name is Sassy Funke, and I'm a Nigerian travel and lifestyle content creator, really creating to help Nigerians navigate travel better and smarter. If that sounds like something you'll be interested in, make sure to join our incredible family by clicking that big red subscribe button down below and join us. Don't also forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. If you're an experienced traveler like I am and you've navigated this airport many times, feel free to drop some of the tips that you would advise first-time travelers traveling out of Nigeria. And also, if there are things, if you remember your first time traveling out of the airport, what are some of the things you wish people told you in advance? Like, let me know those things in the comment section below too. Number one, never carry items on behalf of other people unless you purchase those items yourself. Carrying items for other people is one of the quickest ways to end up in jail. I'm not sure if you watched the video that I shared about a lady that helped someone to carry items, and those items turned out to be illegal drugs, cocaine, I believe. And, you know, lucky for her, she was caught in Nigeria. So they were able to find out that she wasn't the person that carried the items. But if she was caught in a different country, she's looking at jail time or even possible execution. So I beg, as a first-time traveler, don't be naive. Pack your own items yourself. And if anybody needs for you to carry something for them, go and buy the items by yourself. I'll link the story that I talked about up here so that you can read more and learn more about what happened in that particular instance. Number two, never travel without having some cash or foreign currency with you. Many of us already know that our Nigerian bank cards, most of them anyway, are not useful abroad. I can't remember for my bank or GT Bank, I believe GT Bank per month, maybe I'm only allowed $50 to spend on my card a month, which is absolutely nothing. The worst thing that could happen to you is for you to be stranded and not having enough money for maybe food, transportation, you know, in the first few days of you in the process of traveling. So make sure you have some cash, some foreign currency with you before you travel. Number three, never apply late for your PTA or BTA. What is PTA or BTA? BTA and PTA are currency exchange schemes specifically set up for Nigerians that are traveling abroad for personal or business reasons. The purpose of the program is to try and level the huge gap between the Central Bank of Nigeria rate and the black market rate for Nigerians that are traveling abroad. If you're looking to buy some FX, I would advise you to reach out to your bank, visit your bank maybe at least 3 weeks before. Because if you go late to your bank to apply for these allowances that you're entitled to, they might say they don't have any at your branch. So the earlier you apply for, the better, because a lot of people are applying for these allowances. Number four, never give your passport at the airport to someone that is not an official of the airport, and also never lose sight of where your passport is. So if someone takes your passport, make sure you're tracking it and you don't lose sight of it. We have heard many stories, I'll even tag one up, of where, you know, an elderly lady, her passport was stolen from her at the airport and she was unable to fly out anymore. You don't want that situation to happen to you because, you know, losing your passport also means losing the visas in there. And the implication might mean that you have to wait maybe another year to apply for a visa again. So make sure you never lose sight of your documents, right, your passports and whatnot when at the airport. Number five, never take flights that have short layover times. What does this mean? So let's take, for example, you're flying from, you know, Lagos to London, no, Lagos to the US, but you're transiting through, you know, let's say Paris. You're going, Lagos to Paris, Paris to New York, for example, right? I would advise you to not book a flight that has a layover, like a time of, the time you'll be waiting in Paris should not be an hour or less. I would always advise you as a new first-time traveler to maybe give 2 hours minimum, just in case of anything. You are not familiar with this new airport, so you might feel very disorientated as to where do I go, what do I do? You might have to ask people. All these cause delays. And most planes, they might not wait for you to say, because they're looking for you. They might just say, okay, they'll go and you can take the next flight. And the next flight can be 5 hours later, 12 hours later, 20 hours later. So be very, very careful to ensure that you have enough connecting time when you're booking your tickets that you're going to be transiting. So just make sure there's enough connecting time for those flights. Number 6, never arrive at your Nigerian airport late, especially Lagos International Airport. Do not underestimate the amount of time it'll take for you to navigate all the processes at the airport. I'll also link a video here where I share all what you need to expect on all the checks and the check-in process at Lagos International Airport. I'll leave that up here so you can check that video out too. But don't underestimate the time it'll take you. For me, as a seasoned traveler, even in the past year, I have spent, I think it's taking me sometimes even 3 hours to get from when I arrive at the airport to actually going through all the checks and getting to the, the air side of the airport. So, yeah, I would advise you to maybe estimate 4 hours, 5 hours before your flight. Sometimes, international flights, especially if you're traveling internationally, to get to the airport and give yourself sufficient time to navigate everything at the airport. Also, if you're going to be traveling out of state, what do I mean? If you're going to be in, for example, you're based in Ogun State, but you're traveling from Lagos, I would advise you to get to Lagos the day before your flight so that you're not rushed, so that you don't experience any crazy traffic, all those church traffic. Just protect yourself. Get to Lagos on the day before your flight if you're traveling from out of state. Number 7, this one is really good. Do not be intimidated at the airport, right? I have heard so many stories of people that have said that, people have asked them, the officials have taken 20,000 naira off them, or they'll make them miss their flights. Don't let anyone intimidate you, right? You don't have to give money to anybody officially. So if anybody's asking you for money, ask them why. Challenge them. Don't just, because some of the officials there can prey on first-time travelers, not knowing the rules, not knowing the rights. You don't have to give anybody money for anything at the airport. You've already paid for your tickets, right? So as long as you're, not doing anything illegal, nobody should be collecting money from you to leave the airport in Nigeria. Number 8, never carry items in your hand luggage that is not allowed. Yes, airlines are very strict about what you can carry in your hand luggage. Your hand luggage mean, maybe it's your purse or your small cabin luggage that you're going to be carrying with you onto the plane. One of the biggest items that is not allowed is liquids over 100 milliliters, right? So if you have a cream or you have oils that is more than 100 ml, they're going to take it away from you and they'll most likely throw it away, right? So if you have anything more than 100 milliliters, make sure you put it in your check-in luggage and it's checked in, but don't carry it in your hand luggage. Number 9, never carry food items that are not allowed by your destination country. Yes, there are many items that you're not allowed to travel with by your destination country. For example, I know that Canada does not allow you to carry raw beef. Even most countries don't allow you to carry raw beef, right? Most likely, these illegal foods will be confiscated, taken away from you on arrival at that airport. And some countries even fine you. One country that is really popular with fining people is Australia. In Australia, if you carry plant items, things that are not allowed, they will actually give you a fine, so you have to pay, and there will be no begging. So bear that in mind. What I'll also do is leave in the description box below links of what is allowed by and what is not allowed by popular countries like the US, UK, so you can actually go and click on those links to see currently what are the legal and illegal food items. Number 10, Never dress uncomfortable. I know it's your first time traveling and you maybe want to show off and dress as if you're going to a party. Don't. Dress simple, but most importantly, dress comfortable. You know, wear trainers in case you're going to have to be walking. You know, even that, is it our travelator in Lagos Airport does not work. So you want to be as comfortable as possible. You want to wear trousers and not actually wear skirts because the AC on the plane can finish you. You know what I mean? And also you have to think about or consider the weather in the country you're going to, your destination country. For example, if you're coming to Canada in the winter now, you don't want to be wearing a skirt, or you want to be dressed, have socks with you, have trainers, have jackets, right? So pack items is actually going to make your journey a pleasant one. Not that you're going to be on the plane, you're going to be like shivering like a fish or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, essentially, you don't want your destination country the weather to finish you there. So dress right. So guys, that is it. I really hope the tips that I've shared have been very, very useful to the first timers out there. And even for you guys that are pro travelers, I hope it's been entertaining to watch. I would love to hear in the comment section some of your first-time travel stories, traveling out of Nigeria or anywhere else. You know, what are the things that, you know, were shocking to you? What are the things you wish you knew before? And just share some of the tips that that could help other Nigerians and other Africans travel better as first-time travelers. If you made it to this point of this video, drop a comment. Say, Sassy, these tips make sense. So these tips make sense. Sassy, these tips make sense. Drop that in the comment section below. Thank you once again for watching. I appreciate all of you. Subscribe if you're new. Give it a thumbs up if you appreciate these videos. If you have recommendations of videos that you want me to do in the future too, put them in the comment section. Thank you so much again. I appreciate your love and support, and I look forward to seeing you guys on my next video. Bye.